This is going live. So YouTube. All right. Looks like we're live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
We are live.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Little Game Boy 5. This is my first ever podcast on YouTube. Now, keep in mind that this isn't professional setup, as you can see.
Not by any means.
Not by any means. So this is basically a podcast that me and my dad have actually been talking about doing for a long while, probably for like a month, maybe like weeks or so. But we're going to be talking about topics of gaming and then also other events that are going around.
Current events,
yeah. So because if it's just about gaming, you can find that anywhere pretty much on like IGN or something like that. So, but I want to take the time for now that you guys already know me, but you don't know my dad. This is the first time you've ever been on here, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they want to know me, dude. No, yeah, this is the very first time. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dad. And I'm super excited to be part of the very first. This is 00001, the Gamer and the Dad podcast. This is awesome. Super excited. I've always supported my son from day one. This guy right here is someone that at age 5 had a controller in his hand for a video game and he wouldn't let it go, but he did it the right way. He was always good in school, great grades all the time, never gave me any issues. That's why I always backed him on what he wanted to do. So, and his thing was always gaming. You know, he wasn't the athlete that
I did play soccer when
he did try it. We did try everything, but he was a gamer. You know, that's what he wanted to do. That was in his heart. And I noticed that early on. So I supported it 110%, like I do right now. And he's been great. I've been very blessed with him. So here we are. I'm still backing him and I will continue to back him forever. And here we are. Now I get to be part of Little Game Boy 5 from what he does. And we came up with this idea and I was like, you know what? We should do a podcast because people should see you and you should be able to talk about everything that's coming up, things that are happening. Because this guy is super smart, guys. Super smart. And again, I'm very, very proud of him. I'm ecstatic to be part of what he does. And I mean, I'm just a little, you know, I'm just behind the scenes, but I love what he does. And again, thank you guys for supporting. And just want to shout out really quick. The Gamer and the Dad podcast is brought to you by Cameron and Dad.
Yes, that is true.
No one is backing us up.
Yeah, no.
Then again, it is, you know, the very first podcast. Yes. So, but you know, it's not all about that. It's about us putting stuff together to talk to all of you. If you guys have questions, you can put it on the comments, whatever, you know, and we just love to talk to you guys. And you know, Cameron,
get involved with more, and I think that's one of the things that makes podcasts, or not just podcasts, but videos and stuff. Getting your audience involved.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Just influences a lot of things.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, like basically what I was saying is like I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while. I've actually talked to a couple of my friends who wanted to do it, but everybody's got stuff going on in their lives. We certainly do as well. So when my dad came up with this idea, I was like, he's a great person. I always talk to him whenever I hang out with him and stuff like that. So.
Oh, I mean, shucks.
You're breaking my heart here. But yeah, we're basically going to be talking about this. If you guys have anything, there's one guy who says, "Hi, Dad," in the comments.
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
And hopefully we get more people around. And if you ever want to say something or question, feel free to leave it in the comments. We'll read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything going around here.
I just want to make a point. This is going to be a free-flowing, very easy. Cameron and I are very much alike. Mm-hmm. We're very easygoing people. Mm-hmm. We don't like issues, but we do like, there's things that gets us very excited. Like Cameron, again, I could ask him anything about gaming, things coming up, whatever. And he always answers my questions. He is such a good person inside and out. He has got a great heart. So
I got other things outside of gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. And me too. I mean, I want to talk about, current events and stuff like that, but I think it's cool to be able to get on the computer and talk to people about anything. And, I think that's just one of the most awesome things you can do. So here we are. For me, it's a dream come true, man.
Yeah.
Who else better than with my son that I love to death and I'm very proud of. So here we are and here we go.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that was a great introduction. I'm glad we're off that strike.
And now
to the news. This is not a news channel, by the way.
No, it's not. It's not. But
you see the setup right here? We're literally building from scratch right now.
yeah, this is just the start, guys. And listen, we don't need fancy stuff, but just a chance to be able to do
what
it.
you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
so like just to say, you guys, I feel like there's so many ways now that you could start a podcast than what there was before. Like back in the day in podcasts, you need like all this big stuff.
Yeah.
This is before, keep in mind, this was before like phones became really powerful as they are. Right now, you can make a podcast right off your phone.
Yeah, right now you could build a house and buy a car and get buried at the same time on your phone. So
I don't know if I go that far.
But anyways, here we are. And
it's never too late.
Never too late. Never too late.
Yeah, we're starting out where there's like a billion podcasts, like in every service everywhere, not just YouTube.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy.
People like it because they like listening to stuff, other than just gameplay.
Yeah.
People come for that too. But I think it's nice to talk once in a while and actually be out in front of cameras and stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, but
so we're gonna start really quick. Everybody's heard about the coronavirus, obviously.
Yes.
It's going crazy, dude.
Oh, it is.
I went to Ralph's supermarket this morning to get some bagels, dude, with cream cheese. Just something simple. I was like, can I just have a bagel?
Yeah.
Dude, there was a line like 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
There was one cashier. I was like,
one cashier?
There was one cashier, dude. I was like,
what time was it?
Dude, this was like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30.
Oh.
I was like, come on.
So this is probably like when they barely opened, though.
Yeah. And people are freaking out. They continue to freak out. And I understand the panic. But it's just like, oh my God, man.
I think we need to get this out there because I heard a lot of other YouTubers talking about this, like big major influencers, where panic won't solve anything at this point.
Yeah.
I understand that this is a virus and it's spreading pretty fast.
Right.
Like I feel like every day I hear a news report that just either fatality or just somebody's testing positive for coronavirus, like with Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson, which
that was crazy.
It's a shame, but it normally affects like people around that age group. Like he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But it just have to keep in mind, don't go crazy over toilet paper or anything like that. Like that's been going
the
around.
teepee.
Exactly.
Gotta have the teepee though.
My mom, I know my mom did the same thing. She went to the store 2 times in one day, which she usually only goes to the store one day every once a week or so.
Right.
But considering everybody was in a panic mode, she just decided to do it all in one day, go to 2 different stores or go to the same store, maybe.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but I know everybody's kind of tired of listening about this anyways, but let's just be
the media,
let's just be cautious. Let's just be careful. Nothing crazy. We don't need to go crazy about anything.
I think just what you need to realize is don't be scared or don't be worried that theme parks or anything that are closing down, they are doing that for a reason. Because what I've heard is that you don't really want to be in a group full of 50 or more people.
Yeah. Even though, dude, let me tell you something. I remember going to Disney back in the day, but I don't remember in my whole life theme parks like literally closing because of stuff like this.
Well, Disney's done it a couple times, but it's not major or anything like that.
It's crazy. Universal, Disney, closed, bars, restaurants,
events.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I guess at the same time, we're trying to keep a grip on this and for it not to go crazy. So I understand that, but we'll be good. Just be cautious. Wash your hands, like they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Wash your hands. Be clean.
Some people say minimum of 20 seconds to wash your hands.
I do 23 seconds. Sometimes 25. I count.
Somebody said sing the happy birthday song
25 seconds.
Sing it twice. And
the what song?
Happy birthday song.
Oh God.
You sing it twice and then it's like the equivalent of 20 seconds.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But yeah, just if you stay at home,
do that, everyone.
Use your streaming devices. If you have streaming devices, use those.
You know what I do recommend though? I'll say one last thing.
Yeah.
I like to keep clean when I'm, every day, obviously. But one thing that I will recommend is keeping your phones clean, guys.
Absolutely.
Keep your phones clean because that's very important. I definitely do that. And and your cars inside your car, because those are the two things that you probably touch every single day
If you go to work
for a good amount of time, especially your phone. So that's all I'll say on that. Coronavirus out.
Well, just to touch on that a little bit, well, we'll not go into majorly because we just did. The next topic is this is a question, but I'll talk about it and stuff like that. Is 2020 this year becoming a big dent for Hollywood movies and shows? Because as we've seen, if you guys don't know, a lot of movies are being pushed to either months later,
right.
or even Fast 9 that's being pushed to April 2021.
Right.
That was originally scheduled to come out in May.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they're doing that.
But there's a reason. Like, again, like we said, the companies and stuff have to make sure everybody's safe. They don't want to show up, and then chances are, if somebody's sick in a theater where you're sitting there for maybe 2 or 3 hours, you don't know what's going to happen. And is it a big dent? I mean, we've had movies at the start. We had Bad Boys for Life. We had Sonic. We had all those movies starting off before this thing really kicked in. So I wouldn't say it's like a huge dent. Like, sure, there's a lot of big movies that they put hundreds of millions of dollars towards, and they expect this date to be the big thing. But, you got to keep you don't want sick people seeing a movie. You don't want people going.
It's true.
in there.
I think they're holding back on the release because the movie, the production companies, I think they're also waiting to see what the theaters will do.
Yeah,
because theaters are closed right now. They're not letting anybody watch any movies. So the production companies are going, well, we can't release when we wanted to release, so let's push it to see if this subsides, and we could get in there. I think that's what's happening. As far as new production, I think it will affect, man. I think it will affect because obviously there's nothing going on. Everything's closed. The gyms are closed. Everyday venues, family venues are closed. So I don't know. I think it'll definitely impact Hollywood production, like pre-production, stuff like that. So I definitely think that that part of Hollywood will be hurt a little bit, Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't stop people from, there's still movies coming out just today, like the Bloodshot movie with Vin Diesel. Was
that's crazy.
Released. But then again, there's not as much, like you said, there's not as much theaters playing that because, is it smart for the production company? Well, maybe they want to get that movie out because they announced it a year ago, and they're probably like, well, we got to get this
get it out. Yeah.
But then again, you have to think of the consumer, think of the person that's spending money on that ticket, and but they have to be with that group. They can't just be like, oh, I just want to see it by myself. It's like, if you want to see it by yourself, you can either rent it when it comes digitally, but nobody wants to do that because they want to see it right away.
Exactly. And as the panic continues to that wave of panic continues to ride, obviously a lot of things will be pushed aside, put on hold, stuff like that. So I just hope the panic comes down a little bit, because honestly, the United States is doing very well. It's very well. They're controlling it very well. Everybody's obviously, everyone in every state is obviously part of it and helping out with that.
Other than buying 10,000 rolls of toilet paper.
That's toilet paper, man. I don't even want to get into it. I don't even know. I understand what that is, but it's
not baby wipes.
Yeah, I just think I think it'll be fine. I think this will actually subside. I'm giving it about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think it'll calm completely down. People will be, out and about again, and we'll be just fine. So
yeah, and also keep in mind that Netflix has said that they're shutting down production on their current shows that they were working on, but they still have other originals. Disney Plus put Frozen 2 immediately on Disney Plus already. So the streaming companies are going to do whatever they can to make sure you get everything from home.
Right.
And that's what the point of streaming devices.
And these companies have content, man, like you wouldn't believe. So, and people obviously are staying in. They're doing the Netflix and chill thing, in this case. Well, there's so many of them now, but
Hulu, Disney Plus,
everything. Yeah. So I think we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. So we'll be good to go.
Yeah. And you got the news at the palm of your hands, by the way. If you hear any current events, I'm pretty sure it'll blow up on social media.
Yep.
It'll blow up on the news categories that are on phones. I don't know if it's on Androids and stuff. I'm pretty sure it is.
Right.
But, just keep that in mind and, keep looking up. And again, you got entertainment, and then gaming is a big part too, because people could just stay in and just play while.
I think gaming is blowing up right now, man. Everybody's at home playing.
Yeah.
But I think that's awesome. And it's definitely a big part of what's going on.
But the movies will still come out. Well, like, let's keep that in mind. They
for
will
sure.
still come out.
For sure.
They're not going to dump it because they put so much money into it. The marketing is already there.
Yeah.
They're not going to dump it. They said we'll delay it just to make sure everybody's safe.
Right.
So if you're waiting for Fast 9 or James Bond or any of those movies, they'll come out.
Right.
They will come out. But you got to give it time because they got to worry about the consumer first. You good?
I really want to watch the movies, man.
I know, but
you and I always go to the movies and we watch some of these, new ones and
good thing Bad Boys for Life and Sonic came out fast enough before this whole thing expired.
Yeah, it's almost like we went in and got out just in time.
Yeah,
before
luckily.
that stuff. But it was awesome.
But those movies are coming to digital and home entertainment and all that, so you won't have to worry. Those will come fast enough. Next topic, kind of going back on that. Will the new consoles, such as the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, still make their dates? Now, we've heard.
I'm actually excited about this, dude, and I wanted to talk to you about it, but I didn't want to, blow up your phone. I know you're busy. I know you're busy too, but
yeah,
I'm actually very excited about these two consoles, and I wanted to ask you. So I'm glad you're talking about this. What is up with these consoles, dude?
So we've heard reports that Microsoft was halting production of the new Xbox, but this was like a long while ago while the coronavirus was mainly in China, because that's where they do their major production. So does Sony and pretty much all the companies that do their things like that. They halted production for maybe about a month or so because they got like a bunch of employees making this stuff. And, it's no joke. You got like thousands and thousands of people making this one hardware. But recently they had said that, at least Microsoft has said that Xbox will still make its December 2020 date. But Sony hasn't said anything. Sony hasn't even said what the price is. They haven't said what date it'll come out. They've been pretty quiet about it, but they have kind of shown what it's like, teasers of what it looks like.
But that's typically them, right? They hide all that until the end.
Sony's been pretty quiet about stuff. I know Xbox at an E3 event that happened last year during the summer, which is like a gaming event and stuff like that.
Right.
They said, "Oh, guess what? We're coming out with a new Xbox, and it's coming out December 2020." Sony wasn't there. Sony hasn't attended E3 for at least 3 years in a row or 4 years in a row.
Wow.
I think it's just because they're working on their own stuff.
Yeah.
Or again, E3 is canceled this year, if you guys don't know, because that usually happens every year in LA.
All the shows are canceled, man.
Yeah, but again, it's for safety. And with a convention with like a big amount of people and you're surrounded by that, you don't want to risk it. You do not want to risk it.
It's true.
So
it's true.
Do I think these consoles will make their dates? Microsoft goes by the word. And if because they're a multi-billion-dollar company, or maybe trillions at this point, I don't even know, with all the technology they have. If they still think it'll make their date, then we'll listen. But then again, their workers have to come first. Their safety has to come first. Their top priority. And Sony's doing their own thing, but I'm pretty sure they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Either way, I'm excited. I know they're going to come out killing it with PS5. So I'm super stoked with that. Yeah. What are the I wanted to ask you too, what are the reviews showing right now as far as like what's better as far as spec with Xbox and PS5?
They haven't. I mean, Xbox goes all out in certain stuff like this. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys would know, but like Xbox always goes out and saying we want to make the most powerful console ever,
right?
And just making like 4K or however many frames that you wouldn't see in a movie or wouldn't see in a regular video game.
Right.
PS5, they're just mainly about just making something and making the hardware best as it can be, but also keeping in mind it's a gaming console as well and making sure that it works.
Okay.
So again, Sony's been really quiet about this. Microsoft is going all out about this, even though like halting productions for a couple months as well, because mainly, like I said before, their productions are mostly in China for these consoles. So,
and has there been rumors of when PS5 would come out?
One executive from Sony said that it may or may not hit the 2020 date. It may be as late as 2021, maybe, but that's not confirmed. He says maybe. Like it could come out, but it would make sense that it would come out the same time as Xbox because they've done that for like a long time.
They've always been in competition.
Yeah, they did it with the PS4 back in 2013. Like PS4 was coming out, Xbox was coming out, and then PS4 sold like a lot more units than Xbox. So
yeah, that's gonna be awesome, man.
I'm pretty sure they don't want to.
I have a feeling that.
What's your thoughts here?
I think I think you're absolutely right. I think PS5 is going to come out the same year that Xbox comes out.
Yeah.
Because there's really no reason why.
Because then Xbox would have upward sales, and then you're
Correct.
waiting until 2021.
Correct.
And then
Correct. I
goes to that.
think they want to hit at the same time.
They also haven't decided a price for it yet, because apparently they're saying they're waiting until Xbox announces a price for their thing.
Right.
And they'll say, I don't know if they'll go higher or they'll go lower.
Have they always been comparable though?
Xbox, back in the day, Xbox was expensive. Xbox was like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember buying you the first one.
Yeah, but back in the day in 2013 and 2014, when PS4 and Xbox One were coming out, Xbox was expensive. It was like $500,000.
Yeah.
And PS4 was cheaper. PS4 was like $300 or $400.
I remember.
So that's why PS4 got a lot of sales, because it was affordable. They're even now affordable now. They're like down to $300, or you can get one for like $150 or something in sales and stuff. So
that is a change.
But what people are recommending is save your money now, because God knows how expensive these consoles are going to be.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend buying a PS4 right out of the gate, because, December's, even though it's far, it's going to happen.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
get teasers and trailers and more of this stuff, probably an announcement at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they have said for E3, even though there's no event that's happening, they will do everything online. So they'll do reveal events and stuff like that online at home bases.
Okay.
So work from home type of thing, which is a good idea to announce new stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
awesome.
I'm glad that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, again, they have to worry about, top priority comes first for health and everybody at employment. But we'll see how these new consoles are, and we'll see, what they say is true, or what they say that's going to wow us really much.
Right.
I think what wowed, I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but I think I talked to you about that PS5 will be backwards compatible with every single PlayStation game ever made.
Yes, you did, dude. I'm so excited about that.
I hope that's true. They better announce that.
Do you still have some of your old games?
Yeah.
What's like the oldest one you have?
I don't know. I remember I used to have the Looney Tunes racing game for the PS1, but that's at my grandma's house, I think. But I still have the 007 games for the PS2 and all that stuff from the PS2.
007. I remember late nights with you, man, in the room, just trying to complete the game.
Yeah, those
and you would always have to clean up the mess that I made on every game. But
I hope they really do that.
Dude, that's awesome. If they're compatible with, they're gonna kill it with that, man. Because just like you. True gamers that kept all their stuff from when they first started.
Because God knows how much those things are worth now.
No, well, not only that, but the nostalgia of just having it. Like, I'm going to keep this forever. I want to show my kids these discs from when I had them when I was young. But now imagine those people being able to pull those out and be like, I could play them in the new console. Are you
and maybe they run better on
freaking
the consoles
kidding
too.
me? Dude, that's going to be awesome. I really hope they do that. And you know what? And that would, even if the console was a little more expensive, that would make it right. Just that thing would make it right there that I could play all my old games.
It's at a reasonable price because they're putting so much of this stuff in.
Right. But yeah, just playing the old games. I mean, I'm the old guy, dude. So to me, that's just awesome. Being able to, I'm just imagining now being able to sit on the couch with you and play 007 again on the new console with probably. Well, I don't know if it's going to be better graphics because it's going to be the same game, but the clarity, maybe, maybe sound, stuff like that. Yeah. That's going to be awesome, dude. I hope they do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing I really do want for the PS4 or PS5, to have.
Right.
Because again, it feels like a good price point at that point. And technology has exceeded.
I was going to ask you about that. These consoles still run all that, right? You could run everything on there, like your Netflix and all that stuff. Is that?
Oh yeah, like back in the day, PS3. I mean, PS3 you couldn't really run. You couldn't have Blu-rays, and PS3 was the first console to do that.
Right.
To run Blu-ray discs, and then Xbox comes out and they say, we're gonna do all media type stuff, or just make it mainly focused on media stuff rather than games. Right. And PS4 said, no, you could focus on games, but if you want streaming stuff, we'll have that for you, no problem.
It's smart.
It's smart. I think I told you when we were eating back in the day, I don't know if Xbox still does this, but you had to have a $60 yearly membership to watch Netflix on top of your Netflix fees.
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
PlayStation didn't do that because they knew that it'd just be a
of course
waste
not.
of money.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. But I hope they do.
Yeah, I know
to come out with that.
streaming devices are going to be on there anyway. So that's how I mostly get my media. Like I know people say like, why don't you have a streaming device? It's like, do you see an Xbox and a PS4 on my desk? That's why I don't have a streaming device, because almost half the apps that you see, like Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, HBO, etc., I can
Right.
go on and on. They're all on those consoles now. You could just download it and just watch it from there.
That's what's happening now, man. All you need now is just one unit
Mhm.
that runs everything, and obviously everything's going. The world is heading towards that way, and it's already there.
Mhm.
It's already there. I mean, everybody that has Netflix, that has Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is just a little square that you connect to TV with a little controller, and you run movies, shows, buying, purchasing whatever you want, doing everything. That's crazy to me, and that's where it's going. So you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, you need to realize is like the consoles. Like, I'd say let's say it like this: consoles are $300. You're not just getting a console because all it could do is play games. That's it. Consoles can take pictures in games. Consoles can take videos. You could talk with your friends on the console. You can message your friends.
That's so crazy, man.
You
That is so crazy.
You can make new friends on the console. Like a lot of people have made new friends,
Right.
just playing games. That's something you couldn't do back in the day. Back in the day, just like, hey, you want to come over to my house and we'll play some 007 or whatever, Back in the day, that's how people did.
Yeah.
But now it's like the
that was
internet.
you and I just sitting there, dude, with sodas and just playing.
Yeah, but that was back in the day, and then now you could just meet a friend from another part of the world, and then it's just like
that's amazing.
And talk to them. And then some people are saying like, or some companies are thinking that we'll probably get in this generation where we'll be able to see the person we're talking to via FaceTime on game, which sounds pretty extreme and could take a lot.
Maybe.
We'll be able to see the person we're talking to via FaceTime on game, which sounds pretty extreme and could take a lot.
Maybe
That stuff. And, they got to be smart about all that stuff. But there was a talk with a gaming company CEO. He was at E3 maybe like 1 or 2 years ago.
Okay.
And he was talking about the next console generation, which is the new ones we're getting, will be the last one that we'll ever get. And the reason he says that is because he thinks that, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but he thinks that the consoles will go to like 5G data, cloud, and all of that, or we'll mostly get our games via the cloud and stuff. So what would be the point of getting a new console if you're just going to get all this stuff in a cloud where this console can't hold anymore,
right?
And all that stuff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know where I think there's gonna be a big change on the TVs, man. As these consoles continue to get faster, more powerful, and just crazy HD4 or whatever K it is.
8K now, yeah.
Oh, 8K.
Yeah.
These TVs have to be able to keep up.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's going to be the big shift.
Sony has that down. They got like a whole monopoly of things. They got TVs and everything.
There you go. See, so I think the first one out of the gates with that is going to be, profiting pretty well because people are going to be wanting to change their TVs or their monitor or whatever they're using to be able to, to hold all this and to be able to see those bright colors and all that definition. I think that's going to be the big shift too. After like you were saying, the last console might come out and that's it, just because it could play every game now and do everything on it. I think the next big shift is going to be, okay, this TV doesn't look right. Now I got to get a new TV. Now I got to get a new monitor, whatever it may be. I don't know. I think that's
you're going to be broke is what we're saying.
Well, it's always been that way with these gaming things, dude.
Yeah, because I think we talked about how games have gotten to the point of expensive. Like, what did you say? Like, the games were used to like 20 cents or something like that back in the day.
Man, well,
$1.
They weren't exactly cheap, dude. I remember when I first got you the first PS1.
This one.
If I can remember correctly, some of these games were $25-$30 brand new. Dude, like the new games, you were paying $25-$30. And I'm talking about, this was what, early 2000s, like 2005 maybe.
Yeah,
I could be wrong on the price, but they've always been expensive. Like right now, a brand new game, what, $60, right? $60. It seems to
even
be
the special editions can go for $120.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. It's crazy.
But sure, it's expensive, and a lot of people think spending $60 is kind of out there.
Right.
But then again, you have to think about companies are putting almost 10 times as more than just $60.
Oh, for sure.
They're putting I heard GTA costs like 250 million to make. That's
Wow.
not cheap.
Wow.
That's the
crazy.
reason why. It's not $60 anymore. It's actually affordable now. You can buy it for $30 or $20 now because it's been out in the market since 2013. So that's a reason. But keep in mind, cost per value basis is extremely important. The amount of money the companies are spending to make the game is, if they're spending hundreds of millions and $60, that's probably a reason. And it's probably a big tentpole game. And
that's been amazing to me. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars to produce a game and then years to make one.
Yeah, GTA.
But then they sell.
I think took like 4 or 5 years to make.
But then they sell $6 jillion when they sell it. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. But it's
like GTA 5 still making billions.
Yeah, dude, it's unfathomable to me, man, how this thing is. And you know me, I've always been that way, dude. I've always been amazed with what sells and how much it is, but I think it's just incredible, and that's where everything's going. That's where everything is going.
I'm glad that industries are growing. Like, we want industries to grow.
Sure.
We want them to succeed and make more things. We just don't want it to go down a path where it's just like, oh, we're just going to make this. We're going to make Google Stadia, but we're going to make you pay for every single game on top of a membership. It's like, wait, I thought we were streaming games. Like, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And I was kind of interested. I wasn't going to buy it, but I was kind of interested in it. And it was just like, oh, streaming games on one library, kind of like Netflix, where you watch movies and shows.
Right.
And then they say, no, you have a membership. It's like $10 per month, but every game costs money, usually $60, which they put the big games on. And I'm like, oh, okay, why do I have to spend extra money?
Yeah.
I thought the membership was going to cover me for that. It was like, no. And then
it's actually funny. It's funny you say that about membership. If I could interrupt you for a second.
No, it's okay. That's one of the podcasts.
Right. What do you think? What is your opinion on the subscription-based stuff? Like we were just talking about, some of these companies want to stick to subscription-based, gaming and stuff like that. Do you think that'll work in the long haul? Or
I think that's gaming companies started to talk about that, like think about the subscription base and see how, because they're looking at Netflix and all that stuff, how everything's turning into subscription based for movies and shows and pretty much entertainment based that are not video games, that are not interactive. If it works in the long run, if it's doing that, I mean, it probably won't make as much money as making a big video game sale. Because if a game sells for $60, they buy it, they're going to make money off it.
Right.
But you're putting a game on a service that probably costs like $10 a month, and it'll probably work. But then again, you have to think about how much the consumer is going to be spending on that. Like, you're not going to buy a $300 console. And if you don't have internet, then you're kind of crap out of luck then.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, you gotta put everything else together. You're paying for internet service, which is one thing. Then you have to buy the console, which is not cheap.
Yeah.
And then people are gonna go, oh, I still gotta subscribe to this thing and pay whatever it is, $10-$20 a month for this. I know that the subscription based stuff in general has always been some sort of an issue, except when they come out with comparable prices. And what I mean by that is, like, all these new companies coming out, like Disney
and Apple.
And Apple. Disney came out like out of the gate saying, what do they say?
$6.99.
$6.99 a month. That is unheard of. Now, you remember you and I talking about this early on. What was my biggest worry when we're talking is, for $6.99, I hope it's good content.
They don't go over it.
Yeah. In my brain, I'm thinking $6.99. Oh, they're going to give you like 3 movies. But it seems to me that these companies are doing it right now, and they're seeing what's out there. They're listening to the people, and they're saying, okay, let's come out with our content, but let's make it affordable, right?
Accessible,
of course. But more importantly, affordable. Because, dude, nowadays you have so many subscriptions, you know, and they
sometimes 3.
They pile up, dude. Next thing you know, you're paying $120 for, and then you're like, what the hell am I paying $120 for? But it's important, and I think this subscription stuff is gonna,
like Apple. Apple. Sorry about
that. Go ahead.
But yeah, Disney Plus $6.99 and the Apple $4.99 for their Apple TV Plus, and think about it. You're getting a lot of good shows for a reasonably good price. Right. And then HBO Max is going to come out in May, which is a new HBO service, but they're charging $17 per month.
Right.
which it seems big. Yes, I get it. And no streaming service can be small. I get that. I'm pretty sure Netflix is not an exception. Netflix has made, some different types of prices with their memberships for a long time because they've been in the streaming business for,
I mean,
forever.
They were basically the pioneer of, internet content for movies,
Yeah.
But the cool thing about them is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they've always kept a comparable price, even from the beginning. I don't remember what it was, what they started out. I think it was $7.99, and then you get different packages, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think the highest one right now, I think, is like 17 or 18 bucks, something like that. Still, that's nothing, man. Some of these cable TVs that you weren't even watching.
And there was interesting things about what the CEO of Disney said when he was releasing Disney Plus is that you're going to think about this. The reason why we're releasing this is because sometimes when you have cable, you have channels that you don't care about, and you're paying hundreds of dollars.
Yes, exactly.
With this, you pay $69.99 and you have all the properties you have. You got Disney, you got Pixar, you got Marvel, you got Star Wars, you got National Geographic.
Dude, what else do you need?
You got the 30 years of Simpsons on there. I mean, and they're still putting out new content and stuff like that.
It's amazing to me, man.
You have stuff that you actually want to watch.
Yeah.
If you're a Disney person, get Disney Plus. If you like new, interesting content and like things that are original, like what Apple's doing, get Apple TV Plus. That's $4.99 a month.
Speaking of Apple, and this is another thing I want to talk about too, how the companies are doing it. They're kind of introducing it to you in different.
I never thought Apple would go in the streaming business though.
Well, it's funny you say that because they're kind of like they're going in different routes to see, I guess, what works. And what I mean by that is I just recently got a new iPhone, the iPhone 11, a couple months ago, and I didn't know, but it came with 1 year free of Apple TV. And I said to myself, I'm never going to use this thing, man. But it's cool that it's free for 1 year. But I opened it up. I started watching one of the shows on there. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And not only that, the price is crazy too. It's crazy good. I mean,
yeah.
So there's so much competition, man. Because I have Netflix too, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's just so much competition. What do you turn to? But the good thing about the pricing is you could have multiples. You could have Netflix. You could have
realistically, you only be paying like $20, $30.
Well, that's what I was getting to. You could have 3 or 4 subscriptions to different things and have a ton of content.
Yeah.
And in reality, only be paying like $40 a month for all
compared to what cable did.
Exactly.
Day, yeah.
So I think it's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah. So I mean, that's good. That's Apple's doing that. When you get a new device, you get Apple TV Plus for free.
For sure.
And that's good to start watching shows or whatever that Apple's putting out. But you have to think about what these companies started out as. It's like Amazon. Amazon changed. At first, when I was little, or maybe when I was young, I just thought of Amazon as like, I just get my delivery thing. That's it. Now they got Amazon Prime. They're starting an Amazon game service.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
They're doing new shows like Jack Ryan, for example, that I watched.
Great show,
by the way.
Awesome.
You guys have Amazon Prime, watch it. The second season came out.
You got to watch it.
It's amazing. But even doing that, they're expanding and they're making their own content because they realize how much money you can make off this and how much the streaming wars is really getting everybody's attention. But you got to catch some people's eye.
Yeah. To touch a little bit on Amazon, man, dude, they are scary, bro. They're scary. And let me tell you why. You have one little controller while you're sitting on your couch
with the Amazon Fire Stick.
Yes. That not only can you watch movies and shows, but with that same controller, you could order house supplies, you could order food, and very soon you'll be able to order games. Dude, is that not insane or what?
Right from the comfort of your own couch.
Exactly. Yeah. So, wow, is there going to be competition at the end of this year, man? I think everything's going to come to it's going to be a head-on collision with all these companies that want to get into this world, and I
think we were talking about Amazon's killing going to stores and stuff.
Right.
Stores aren't
the good thing about all this for the consumer though is that they're all going to be competing for our money. So they got to come at us with comparable prices, man. Yeah. That's what's exciting. That's why Apple's coming out for, what is it, $4.99?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
For Apple TV Plus?
Dude, that's insane, dude. And it's not like Apple. Apple, nothing bad about it.
Apple spent $2 billion on making content.
Right. So, but you know that they also love changing stuff up and making money where they can with the damn charging cables that you have to buy a new
iPhone
one.
every
Yeah,
couple
that you have to buy a new cable for every phone that comes out. And now we changed the configuration. Now you got to connect it sideways. So there you go again. So
no headphones allowed.
Yeah, exactly. But for them to come out with something like that, that actually says a lot. It says a couple of things. It says that they want to get into the game quickly, but they're also a little scared.
Because imagine if they launched at like, okay, Disney Plus comes out $6.99.
Yeah.
But imagine if they came out and it's like $19.99 per month. It's like you already lost.
Yeah,
it's too expensive.
I wouldn't even turn the page. I would have been like, I'm going to stay right here at Disney.
Yeah,
yeah. So there's going to be a lot of competition.
But that's a smart move. That's going to get them
a lot of competition, which will be good for the consumer, because they're going to have to do combo price for everybody.
Exactly.
So, but there's a lot to choose from out there, everyone. So
stay home and just choose what you can.
Yeah,
you can watch everything from here.
It'll be great, man.
There's even a thing, I think, little known. Actually, maybe not. There's a thing called Pluto TV. I don't know if you're aware of this one.
I think I heard you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're completely free. Like, I think you just have to sign into one thing just so it knows it's you. Everything's free. You can watch TV. You can watch movies that they always put out every other week.
Is that something connected to
it's on the internet.
That's Disney, right? Is that Disney?
No, it's Viacom. So it's like a Paramount type company or whatever.
Pluto?
It's called Pluto TV. It's run by Viacom.
Pluto as in Disney Pluto?
No, it's just
that's weird. That's named like that, huh?
Yeah, but it's called Pluto TV for some reason.
Oh.
But they put movies. They put Nickelodeon on there, so you can watch Nickelodeon for free. You don't have to pay a single dime on Pluto TV.
What's the idea behind this?
Just getting viewers, I guess.
Probably.
I don't know what the money method is here. Maybe like viewers or ratings. Probably that's probably how they make their bank, pretty much. But nothing's monetized on that app. Literally, you just open it, you sign up.
There's no ads?
No ads. Well, I think there might be for TV, like shows and stuff. But if you're watching movies, then no. It's right.
Interesting.
It's right there. It hasn't been really popularized because it's not major content, because it's very selective and it's very restricted. It's mostly what Viacom owns. So they own Nickelodeon, they own Comedy Central, they own MTV.
That's interesting, man.
I don't think they own CBS, but they got their own movies on there.
Cool if they own CBS.
CBS.
Oh, I thought you meant CVS, the pharmacy. Go to your nearby CVS and get yourself a game.
A game?
Oh, it's CBS.
CBS, the network.
The network, gotcha.
I feel like they own that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, they're gonna put Paramount movies and stuff like that on there. They put Batman movies there before. They don't own Batman movies, but they got a partnership anyway, like kind of like how Netflix does and stuff like that. So that's good.
Crazy.
But then again, it's very limited because it's free, and a lot of companies don't want to put their stuff on there because they feel like they don't get anything out of that. But because with Netflix, you're paying a lot of things, and that probably like percentage would go to companies that are putting their content on there.
Gotcha.
And also, one last thing, just so we can get on to other stuff, but NBC launching Peacock, that new streaming service.
I was going to ask you about that.
We went to Universal Studios one time, and we were on the tram, and then I think the tram driver talked about that it was launching a service called Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock, yeah.
I'm not a fan of the name per se. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, based on a bird, isn't it?
I think they're using it just because it's so identifiable with NBC Universal. You know, I think that's why they're doing it. Why would you name something Peacock, dude?
I don't know. But they haven't talked about prices for it yet. There hasn't been a date for it yet. I think it's coming out next year or this year, maybe.
Dude, I'm telling you, everybody's jumping on.
Yeah.
And everybody's a little scared.
But here's the thing, though. They're going to be doing similar to what Hulu does. Because Hulu...
Actual TV?
Yes, I think. They said it's going to be ad supported. It's going to have a lot of things based upon it.
Which is what Hulu is, ad supported.
Hulu has ads, but I think you can pay extra if you don't want ads on it. And Disney owns Hulu, too. So there you go. But the cool thing is you can get Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu for $12.99 in one bundle. In one bundle, you can get all three of those for $12.99 a month.
Okay. ESPN's a big one. However, NBC Universal is also, they also have a lot of sports.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think they're going to do something with that, obviously, and put that into that bundle. That's going to be very interesting, man, when that comes out.
For sure.
So
I definitely think
because sports is huge.
Yeah, exactly.
Sports is huge, especially right now that everything's suspended. dude, what is up?
But
with
I think
that?
what we need to acknowledge is Peacock, you just be reasonable with what you're pricing at. Make sure the content's there so everybody knows what they're
Definitely.
paying for. Put all the Despicable Me movies on there. Put every single
Despicable Me.
yes. Put all those movies on there. Put Jason Bourne movies on there. Hopefully the whole Fast
that's
saga.
Gonna be like their backbone, man.
They got franchises after franchise.
That's gonna be their backbone.
Grinch.
Sure.
If you launch this on Christmas and don't come with Grinch,
Grinch is gonna be
you lost me as a customer.
Ahead of the group on that, man, for sure. That's a classic.
But I think we don't really know if it's going to be like a content for movies or if it's just going to be like a service where watch shows that are based on NBC, like creating originals. Because Apple TV doesn't have library content; they have original content that they make. So I don't know if it's going to be like that. If it is, I'm pretty sure it'll be cheaper. If it's not, and if it's like a Disney Plus or Netflix thing where everything is a library and it'll probably be higher. But again, probably just keep your pricing at like maybe $10 minimum. Probably.
It's gonna be interesting to see what to come out with, man.
Yeah, well, I just want it to be like that, man.
Really quick, I want to take this time to thank everybody that's jumping on right now. I said it in the intro. I'll say it again. We are super excited to do this. It is something we talked about for the longest time. Everybody online right now, thank you for jumping on. Again, this podcast is number 001 for us. So thank you for being part of this. And again, this podcast today is brought to you by Cameron and me, the dad. No one's kicking us, sponsoring or kicking us anything with this. This is solely from us, bringing it to everybody. We just love to do this. I love this guy very much. And again, thank you for everybody that's online right now watching and supporting. That means a ton, guys. Thank you so much. And for your support that you show little Game Boy 5 over here, first and foremost, but for this new journey that we got going on. Thanks again.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah, it's nice to rephrase that. And also just to rephrase, or just to let people know, we don't know, because this is not like a big, gigantic podcast that we just started.
Not at all.
As you can see, we're on a table.
We're on a table.
We're acting like news reporters, for God's sakes.
Hey, this is note paper, man. I have notes on here. I have 3 pages, but there's only 1 page.
Yeah. So the news today, the weather is today. I don't know if we have a set schedule for this. We did maybe like every other week or so. I don't know if we talked about that.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that.
Because again, like we said in the intro, we got everything, stuff goes on in our lives and we don't know.
Yeah, we chose Monday because obviously it's a good day, start of the week. Everybody's kind of like wanting to know what's going on out there. I think it's a great day. We'll continue to bring it Mondays for now, but let's ask the viewers. Let them, let's see what they think. I think Monday's a good day.
And also, if anything gets postponed or if anything happens in our lives where we can't do stuff, I'll be sure to post you guys on that in case you're wondering, like, where's the podcast?
For sure.
I'll let you know.
For sure. Worry. No, but listen, everyone, thank you again for supporting, and we will definitely be online every single Monday for now. I
feel like every week is good because there's always stuff going on.
Absolutely.
That can happen.
Absolutely. And me being able to do this with my son, dream come true. I
don't think there's many podcasts that do dad and son podcasts though. It's mainly just some.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Here's a special guest right here. This is Tom Cruise.
No, man. No, I'm excited. The gamer, the dad. It's awesome.
That's there. It's awesome. That is there, guys. That is there. But so, I think we just went on a whole streaming ramble, which it's good because that's what point podcasts are. Like, they just talk about things and then they just go off on other things.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
And let everybody know too that we are reading their comments.
Of course.
So if you guys have a question, whatever, throw it out there.
Feel free.
We're open. Just keep it cool. No, but we're open to talk about.
We're being
everything.
safe for YouTube.
Yeah. We're open to talk about everything, and we can't thank you guys enough for supporting. And again, this is the Gamer and the Dad podcast 001. This is where it begins, right here. Yeah. So that's really cool too, man. All right. So
yeah, we'll get into this other topic right here.
I want to get back to E3. You said canceled.
Yep.
That is crazy.
So there was a lot of things going around.
What happens with this now?
So
Postponed or canceled? What was it?
It was originally what they said was like, we'll keep looking into this, but we'll still hit the date. And then I think weeks and weeks down the line, they just said, guys, for the safety of our employees and for our guests that visit and spend money to go to this thing,
Right.
we're just going to cancel it. But what we're going to do is that we're going to do an online type thing where new games that are supposed to be announced at these events, we'll do it online base.
Right.
So you'll just see it on social media. People talk about it. It goes. And pretty much that's how E3 goes most of the time because tickets are really expensive. They're like $200.
Well,
per
wasn't
person.
E3 like the mecca of everything gaming?
Yeah.
I mean, so that for that to be canceled, man, I mean, that's crazy. Where was it going to be taking place anyways?
It usually takes place in like the LA Convention Center.
Okay.
That's where I went for Comic-Con last year. But yeah, guys, E3 is not like canceled. There just won't be events that are making you go to your house. If you have a phone or whatever computer, you can watch it all online. That's what they're going to do.
Okay.
That's their plan, which is probably a good idea so they don't lose audience or anything like that.
Right.
And new game reveals usually come out online anyway. So
Okay.
that's good. I'm glad that they're doing that and they're not like
Yeah,
just
for sure.
they're not just like see you next year.
Well, I think that's what's happening with everything too. With this virus, I think they're not really canceling stuff. They're just postponing it. You know, and I think that's a safe way to go. You don't want to freak everybody out going, it's dead. We're not going to do it anymore. You know, because it's important, man. We got to remember that a lot of people, they go different ways and for as far as like what they like to, what sports or events they like to go to.
Yeah.
You know, so there's always something out there going on, but right now it's black, dark.
Yeah.
Everything's dark right now, which is crazy. Every event, every concert venue, every sports game, professional and college and everything else, schools are closed. It's crazy, dude. But I think if them doing this online, you know, it helps a lot of people out because I know a lot of people are gonna wonder what's going on. They have questions. They want to know what's new, what's coming out. So that'll be cool on their end.
Especially game companies that have been holding on for this game for so long and they got to get some
dude,
marketing
that is
out
crazy.
there.
Can you imagine? They've been waiting to bring stuff out and then
They're like, we got to announce this game.
Postponed.
We got to announce this game at some point. If we don't, then people are just thinking we're
postponed.
just twiddling our thumbs or something and not making anything.
Postponed.
You know? So
okay,
new things will come out. Just keep that in mind. New things will come out. Same as movies.
I have a huge question for you.
Oh God, question.
We've talked about this forever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a new GTA game is coming out, dude?
That was actually one of my next topics relating to that, and I was
Okay.
actually going to get into that.
Okay.
So, Dan Houser leaving Rockstar Games. Our thoughts on that? Dan Houser and his brother Tom, I believe, have co-founded Rockstar since the beginning, since the first
That's
GTA,
crazy.
and they've been there ever since.
Yeah.
For decades. And Dan Houser, one of the Houser brothers, is leaving. He actually left like a week ago, and he was planning on leaving since last month.
Do we know why?
I think it could be retirement. I mean, if it was retirement, it makes sense. He's been working there for decades now, since the start, since it was before he was even called Rockstar Games. It was called something else back in the day.
Wow.
When they made the first GTA. But mainly, a lot of people were concerned about this because he wrote almost every single story in the GTA games. All the stories that were written were from him and other writers as well. He also wrote other games that weren't GTA, like Bully, Max Payne, and all that stuff. He did all that. And
this guy's out.
He's out.
Wow.
He didn't say nothing was bad. Nothing was, nobody was pointing the finger and doing all that. He just decided to leave because he felt like this was his time to go. He just really wanted to move on, either to new things or if he wanted to go in retirement. He didn't really use specific words because Rockstar, you guys got to keep this in mind. Rockstar is one of those companies that don't go out to the public at all. They really keep themselves behind closed doors because one person said, Dan actually said this. He was at an award. I think it was a BAFTA award or something like that. Some sort of award.
Right.
And they won for GTA 5 for being the best British game because it was made in I don't know. But that was basically the award and they were nominated. And he said that we turn down awards a lot. We appreciate the nominations, but we turn down awards because you're so focused. Sure, this one guy comes up and he wins the award, but it's no, we're focused on the thousands and thousands of people that work at our company that put their heart and soul into making the game. So that's why we don't go on interviews and say, yeah, we made this. It's yeah, it's so cool. It's no, the actual people in the studio make the game. So they're one of those companies that if you try to search for an interview online, there won't be as many.
Yeah.
There will only be like 1 or 2.
Right.
Guarantee you. So I'm really glad that Dan Houser himself is, out there and, just saying I had a really good run.
Right.
And, his brother's still working there and he's becoming like the big lead in the company now. So the Houser brothers are still there, just one Houser brother, but yeah, it's fine. But the crazy thing about this is that when the announcement that he was going to leave, when he was still there and he was like getting his stuff together, is that Take-Two, the company who owns Rockstar, their stock went down like majorly just because of him saying he's leaving. Yeah, I don't know why. I think because people thought like, oh, but he wrote most of the stuff.
Yeah, how's our talent?
How's he going to affect our Rockstar other games and stuff like that? Their stock got back up now a little bit, so their games, but I think that's a little crazy that their stock went down because of some guy announcing that he's leaving. I mean, that doesn't really seem to be crazy because it major down. It was down, but it wasn't like bankruptcy down. Like they make billions. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But that was pretty crazy. But then again, he's been working there if he had only worked there for like 2 months, then it'd be really concerning. If you only worked there for like 2 months and it's like, oh, I'm gone now. It's like, yeah, that'd be concerning. But this guy's been working there. You guys gotta understand. The first GTA was like way, way back. I think before I was even born. That they weren't even called Rockstar Games back in the day.
I think of the year.
Yeah, it was on PS1.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wow, that was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
they weren't even called Rockstar Games back in the day. They were called something else before Take-Two actually acquired them and just said, you guys want to make games and we'll give you like a huge gigantic budget to make these games and be your publisher. And they were like, cool, I guess we got more support on our games now because they made a lot of games. And I remember the GTAs came out like nothing. Like GTA 3 came out and then the next year GTA Vice City came out. And then 2 years later, GTA San Andreas came out. But now it's slowly going down because the production's getting so high and so expensive and they want to focus on that. That's why Red Dead Redemption took 4 or 5 years to make. Same as GTA. GTA took 4 years to make.
Okay, so Cameron, GTA 6. Do you think it's going to come out? What's your best
That's the thing I wanted to touch on. I saw a tweet from Rockstar acknowledging about this coronavirus thing, and they basically said our health and safety to our employees is our top priority. Right. So a lot of employees, because they have thousands of employees there, and they said most of them are going to work from home, and then if anything else like major work, they can come over here, but we're not going to force that. And the problem with it wasn't the comment that was said, because everything was said was professional and probably needed to be said anyway in the public eye. It was the comments that were on the bottom, and they were like, "But what about GTA 6? Is that delayed or whatever?" And I was thinking to myself, no, they need to worry about their employees. Like, sure, they can make a game, but I don't want people getting sick because they're working on a game.
But what's your? I really want to know from you, really simply, do you think they are working on a GTA 6?
It's possible.
Yes or no?
It's possible. But
your best guess, you think they are, or they're not even working on it?
I mean, they got
if you would have to answer yes or no, are they or are they not working on a GTA 6? What's your best guess?
My best guess might be a little talkative, but my best guess is that it's probably planned. Like they have maybe stories written for it, but it's not in production. So because they have a lot of other IPs, and I don't think they want to be known. Maybe back in the day, they were known as the company that just makes the GTA games. It's like, oh, keep this game away from your kids. Don't touch our games. That's what they were known back in the day. But they have so many other IPs. They have Bully. They have Max Payne. They have a lot of other games to make. Or Red Dead Redemption as well. Like they made Red Dead Redemption 2 not too long ago. So I would say it's on the cards. But then GTA 5 is still blowing up. So
it's still huge.
Yeah.
It's
so
still huge.
It even became the number one sold game in the UK. So if that game is still blowing up and they're still putting updates towards that, GTA 6 might not come out like really soon. A lot of people are speculating that there might be an announcement sometime, but I just say keep your fingers crossed.
All right. Well, I'm excited, man.
But I'm pretty sure it has to be in the cards.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it was the new consoles then. It could come out for the new consoles probably.
How about this? What about if Sony comes out and says,
The
here's our
launch
new-
title is
no,
GTA.
here's our new console, right? PS6, no PS5, PS5.
We skipped 5.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on PS10 now. No, just imagine this, dude.
Mm.
And this is completely my imagination. We obviously there's no rumors or anything written on this, but just imagine that they introduce PS5,
Mm.
and the game that comes with it is GTA 6.
The launch title is GTA
Dude.
6.
How crazy would that be?
Fans would be flipping.
Dude, that would
nuts.
blow everything out of every part of the water in the world. Can you imagine they come out with PS5 and the game that comes with it,
Is GTA
ladies
6.
and gentlemen, is
GTA 6.
GTA 6. Dude, that would kill all.
I know
But-
it's not going to be an exclusive because Rockstar makes games for both Xbox, PC, and all that.
Right.
But it's going to be like the high end version.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I think my brilliant idea will never happen is because number one, the PlayStation console is just such a big thing,
Mm,
right, in itself, and so is the GTA franchise.
mm.
So I don't think they would ever put it together just because they're so big by themselves
Mhm.
that they will introduce PS5 first and just blow that up. And then whenever they want, they go, guess what, folks? We got GTA 6 coming out. And everybody's like,
Well, here's the
You know?
thing. They did this way back in the day for GTA 4 when they said GTA 4 is coming out. They announced it like at the Xbox panel a long
Right.
time ago in the
Right.
early 2000s. And they said the downloadable content, like add-ons, will be exclusive to Xbox, even though the game's coming out on both systems. So they had partnerships with things like that. The reason they haven't done that before is because they want it to be shared. Like they want the content to be shared on every single platform. And so they don't want to feel exclusive, like really,
gotcha.
just like buy that because you get this first. It's like they did that with Red Dead, but it's not like too forceful. It's actually very shared anyway.
Dude, I'm excited, man. Either way, I'm excited.
Rockstar, we're not telling you to do partnerships, but
Right.
just
I think, yeah, I'm excited either way.
yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it'll come out from the next gen consoles because there's so much power there, and
Right.
you can create like a hell. I feel create the whole United States, maybe.
Jesus, you puked all over my face, dude.
Sorry, I was eating something. But what I was saying is, like, if these consoles are super, super powerful, and if this is the last one, it has to be that top tier.
Yeah, it has to be. It has.
We
but
can
you
go
know
to
what? There's-
all-
It's never the last one, dude.
It
These
can't be.
companies, man, they just, they
See,
say that.
If they see the PS5 sales like break the PS4
It's like,
sales,
you know what it is? It's like these artists, the music artists that come out, final tour, their final tour forever, and come and see them. And you go and see them, and then 2 years from now they do another tour. You're like, wait a minute, I thought that was the last tour. You should maybe pay $500 for a ticket because that was your final tour. And you're going on another one? Dude, I think it's that concept. They're saying it's the last one, or they're
what if-
rumoring that it could be the
yeah,
last
here's
one.
the thing. Like, what if they make more sales than their expectations? Like, what if they think, oh, it's never going to break that mark? And then all of a sudden, it's just,
Well, not only that,
Rockets.
but what about where do you go from 8K?
mm,
Then there's
That's
10,
really
then
hard.
there's 10K, then there's 20K. And they're like, well, we got to bring out another console to handle that. And here comes another console. I just think it's I don't want to say it's a marketing move, but I mean, it's good for them to say that.
that's
You
what
know?
Xbox does. That's what Xbox has been doing.
Yeah,
They
I
said,
think-
like, oh, 200 frames, 8K, play it on here.
Yeah,
that's what they've been doing.
gaming's the future, man. They're going to continue to come out with stuff.
Mm.
And they kind of have to because the games just generationally they just keep getting better and better and better.
Mhm.
I can remember. I'm gonna date myself here. All right.
Okay.
Do you know this? You remember the console Sega?
Yes.
Okay. Your uncles and I had the first Sega.
Sega Genesis.
No, this was the first Sega before Sega Genesis. It was this long console, dude, black and red. I think it was. It was like a diamond shape. It's a longer console where it had the little games that you have to press in.
Yeah.
Okay. That I remember playing that, man, back in the day, and though those consoles, the content that had was nothing. There was a
Pixels.
game. There was a game, dude. There was a game called Choplifter, dude. Hilarious. It's just a helicopter that starts out, and you pick up a person and put them on top of a hill, and then you got to go back for the other one. Dude, it was so blocky. It was just like
It's all pixels and like.
And you go from that to now, it's just amazing, man. So I think that's going to continue to evolve, and
especially companies that didn't really die out back in the day, because Sega and Nintendo were like the big companies that are still alive. Keep in mind, they're still alive today.
Well, dude, what's that movie we just saw?
Sonic.
Dude,
we saw Sonic.
How cool was that? And that's Sega. Right? That's Sega.
But here's the thing: Sega doesn't make consoles anymore like they did. I think the last console they made was like Sega Saturn, Sega, something like that.
Well, you think they can make one in the future?
I don't know.
What about they come out and just blow everybody out of the water?
Well, what they have done,
console.
What they have done, and I've seen in stores that they made retro consoles. So like, it's like a Sega Genesis, but in HD, so you can have like the old Sega Genesis, but it plays all like almost 80 games and all that. So maybe they're doing that, but they're not doing what Nintendo's doing. It was like, oh, we got a Wii U, and then we got a Switch next couple of years. Well, the Switch is just revolutionary, by the way. Let me just make that clear. Nintendo, let's not keep Nintendo off the dirt, because Nintendo's still
it's up there for sure.
Bopping.
For sure.
I mean, the Switch is like every gamer's thing. You can play it at home, and you can just take it and still play the same game without having restrictions.
Right.
And I think that's a brilliant idea. And also, there is one game that recently released, actually only on PlayStation. It's called Dreams, and it was made by the people who made like this small game called Little Big Planet, and it was always a PlayStation exclusive. But what this game is people can endorse their creativity so hard, where you can make any game you want. Nothing is restricting you. You can make a first-person shooter. You can make a platformer. You can make an 8-bit game. You can make anything. You can make a Sonic game. You can make a Mario game. You can make a open world game with all the tools that are there because of PS4.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's very crazy.
Yeah, but this game took almost like, I think, 5 years to make, though, because you have to give players like all the tools.
Yeah.
You can't just give them like, we're just going to give you a game company. We're going to give you a game company, and then you can figure it out. It's like, no, these are really simple tools. If you want to make a building, just enter structure, add what you want, add all the colors. You want to add a character, you can't. If you want to add a voice line from your voice, you can do that. You can do all the things you want in the game. And people have published their own levels, so you can play them yourself and I'll see what their creative minds have made. Even people have made like story type games where the game actually has a narrative and you follow it, so people can make their own stories out of it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Not only games, but you can also make music videos. You can make little short movies out of it too. Pretty much almost everything out of the palm of a controller too, and just a console, which that gives people the creativity that they want.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why the gaming industry is so big, and probably media too, and movies and stuff, that people are so creative. Like, they don't have big budgets like, billions of dollar companies do. They just make it from their house.
Right.
They make it in a day or like a few weeks. Like with Super Mario Maker. Mario Maker is a really good game because it gives people to make their own levels.
And that's really cool.
Easiest
that's
levels
really
are, but the one cool thing, and I think Dreams has this too, where you can't publish a level or thing unless you complete it yourself. So if you can physically complete it, then it could be, because every level in Super Mario Maker is beatable. Even though it looks scary and it looks impossible, it's beatable.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah. You just have to acknowledge that it's beatable, because they can't publish it if it's not beatable. If you don't win or anything like that,
you
can't publish it. It's just like, well, that's just putting players on a dark line.
And on that note, I gotta use the restroom. Cam, you take it from here for a second.
Yes. My dad drank a lot of water. His water's almost gone. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast. This has been really, really fun. We've been streaming for like an hour and 9 minutes. And I'm glad you guys have been saying things. Travernity, I hope you're still here. Nakey, it's okay that you're late. I'm glad for the likes that you guys are giving. I hope they're the last console. I hope they're the last generation consoles. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that will be the case, Trinity. Is the mic on? No, the mic has like a mode where you can do this. You can do this. PS4 was more expensive than Xbox One. I don't think it was PS5 or no. Xbox One was selling at like $500 because it came with the Kinect, and PS4 was cheaper. I think now it might have changed, but Xbox was really expensive back in the day. Xbox 360 was your first console? That's cool. Freaking big gigantic black Xbox was like the first Xbox I ever owned. I think Dad can accompany that. Remember the first?
Woo! Dude, don't ever mix a huge cup of coffee with a whole bottle of water. It's like filling a little balloon under the faucet, dude.
But
all right.
There was a comment that said Xbox 360 was my first console, and it ringed in my mind that remember the first Xbox we ever owned was that big.
Dude, it was the size of this table. And it weighed about 500 pounds, I think.
The controller, too, was like a Duke.
The controller barely fit in my hand. And I have big hands, dude. And I was just like, son, I don't know if you're going to be able to hold this, but I'll help you. Yeah, it was a big console, man. It was I remember that. But wow, was that crazy when it came out, right?
Yeah. PS1 was just it's like this.
What was the comment on the viewer? What did he say? What did he have?
He said Xbox 360 was my first console.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
then
That
just jumped to my mind about.
Was that the second generation or third?
I think that was like the generation after. So there was the big black first Xbox, and then Xbox 360 came after.
Right.
So, because
Xbox has always been cool though, man. They've always had good games.
Yeah,
they've always had good games.
They've always had good games.
What was some of the good games that we would play on that? You and I.
Well, James Bond, of course.
James Bond
we bought so many times though. Like we had it on the Xbox, we got it on the GameCube.
Yeah, I don't know why
we got it on the PS.
So many copies of that, dude.
The same game.
Yeah, I don't know why we bought so many copies. Were we breaking them? I don't know what the hell we were doing.
No, I think it was like disc scratching or whatever. Like
we were just playing it every day, dude. I remember.
Yeah.
Right. We sit in your
like
room and we're just playing there. We wouldn't even go eat. You know. That's why I lost like 60 pounds playing with you.
But yeah.
It was so fun though. It was so fun.
Yeah. There was so like PS1 and then I think PS2 came out and then the big Xbox came out.
Right.
PS2 was like the number one selling console of all. And for good reason too. PS2 is like a legendary type console to have. I remember Midnight Club was
Midnight Club.
That was another Rockstar game. I forgot. They make those games too.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Midnight Club was a fun racing game and it had elements of GTA where you can drive around a big city. Obviously, you can't do what things you do in GTA, but Rockstar's always been good about driving mechanics, and they decided to do that in Midnight Club, and they made a series about that. So there's always been a lot of good classics on all the consoles, and
there's so many good games, man.
And yeah, but there's also been talks about Sony. I don't know if you're aware, but Sony actually got their own production, their own Sony games, like PlayStation has their own production studio now. So now they're going to be able to make TV series and movies based on their video game IPs.
Dude, this competition is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, they want to jump on that wagon, man.
Well, think about Sonic just made $300 million already in the box office.
Dude, that was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah. Jim Carrey sells it, by the way.
Jim Carrey. Shout out to Jim Carrey. In case you're watching, Jim.
It's
my favorite
instant franchise already. I could already tell you.
My favorite comedian of all times. That guy is phenomenal.
To see him back in comedy in this year too.
Yes, you can mold him into anything, man, and he just does it extremely well. That movie was awesome. Jim Carrey in it was phenomenal. His character was for him. I mean, it was made for him. You know,
that's what he said in an interview.
Yeah, it was made for him. Classic Jim Carrey. It was awesome. The whole movie's great.
Yeah,
the whole movie's great. I really enjoyed how they did Sonic.
Yep.
I was a little worried on how that was going to be because you know how
redesign.
Yeah, the redesign plus how they would integrate it into the movie where it wouldn't look funny or cheap or but they did a really good job, man.
Yeah, the thing I was glad about, or I think people were talking about, maybe for my friends or whatever, is okay, they got the first design and it just looked like a weird thing. It was just like that. And a lot of people thought, well, they're probably just gonna have to redo it, but they're not gonna do it as good because Paramount's not going to give them any money. They're like, we already gave you enough money, you can make it.
Yeah.
But Paramount said, oh crap, you're right, we got to do something about this. So they gave them $5 million extra to redesign that whole thing and make sure the whole movie is good. And turns out it paid off.
Yes. Yeah, it did.
I'm glad Paramount made that decision, because if they didn't do that, this movie probably wouldn't be making the dollars it's making right now.
It was very smart. It was very smart of them. But
So-
it was a good movie.
Studios, take notes from Paramount and see what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're putting all the money they can, and if they need, it was only $5 million. And I feel like if you just pitch that to a company, they're like, well, we make $100 million movies, so this is probably like this is not Mission Impossible levels, because Paramount makes Mission Impossible, and I'm pretty sure those
Yeah.
movies cost hundreds of millions to make.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But this is $90 million, and then goes up to $95 million. So it's almost $100 million movie, but it's 2-digit million dollars.
But it's made how much now?
It's made $300 million already. It's the king of
Awesome.
the
Well
video
deserved.
game box office now.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing a franchise of this. New stories or sequels.
Well, the way it ended, no, we're not gonna give anything away. But all I have to say is the way it ended. I think it was extremely obvious that something else is going to happen, and we won't say anything.
Yes.
We won't say anything. But I think the way it ended, it was very, very clear that something else is coming, and very soon.
Yes.
So it was very cool, man. Very cool.
Pretty much, we just want to praise that this gives Sonic his popularity, and for
Big time.
people who love Sonic like me, I love Sonic. I've loved
Me
Sonic
too.
since I was a kid. Maybe not like him, because
Me
you
too.
played like the old Sega, like Genesis type things and all
yeah.
that. I remember playing Sonic when my mom got this game called Sonic Mega Collection. It was on a GameCube. And
Okay.
it had almost every single classic Sonic game. Like the Sega Genesis version, it had Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It pretty much had a lot of classic Sonic games
Right.
on there. And that's where I fell in love. And even it showed comics too, because Sonic used to be in the comic business too.
Yeah.
So that's how I just like love that character. I still have a soft, I think we should keep this in mind, that we still have a soft spot for Nintendo and Mario and stuff like that.
Oh,
Mario,
that was gonna be my next thing that I want to talk about.
yeah. The Illumination Mario movie. Hopefully that still comes out at some point.
Dude, that is the next thing that I want to talk
Mario
to you
Land.
about. Yes.
There we go.
Yes. You hit it right in the head. All right. So moving on. Cameron, what is up with Mario, man? What do you think? I know we talked about Mario Land coming to
Universal. yeah.
Universal, Los Angeles, Universal Hollywood. What do you think about that? And do you think there's going to be some new games coming out for Nintendo for Mario?
They always launch new games for Mario, like all
But
the
I think
time.
this last game, what's his very last one with Mario?
The recent one he did,
Yeah.
the recent one he did was, I think it was Luigi's Mansion 3. Like it was a Luigi game, but it was
Right.
like the Mario Brothers pretty
Right.
much. So I think that was like the most recent one for the
Right.
Switch, as well as Mario Maker 2.
Okay.
So I would say those are just the recent ones.
That land though, they're going to build in Universal Studios. I think it's going to be awesome.
They got the creative geniuses from Nintendo to come over there and do it. So
Yeah,
Nintendo's gonna have a say on what this is.
and I hope they do because obviously they're the ones that do it right. But
Mario Kart ride. Oh,
that's going to be amazing, dude. we're gonna be first in line for that. But I think putting the land there, a Mario's Land is a phenomenal idea.
Mhm.
It's a long time coming. I think it it should have been here a long time ago, but they're taking their time and being careful, which is good. And I think it's gonna be super, super exciting, man. Super exciting.
Definitely.
So I just want to touch a little bit on that we did. Now I want to ask you something else. Something I'm not too familiar with, man.
Mm.
What game are you playing right now that you are stoked about?
What? That I'm just excited to play. Or something
Yeah,
like
what
that?
what game are you playing online right now that you are extremely stoked about? I mean, I see your videos.
Yeah.
Some of these games, dude, are crazy good, but that I don't think I would ever be able to play and playing with such
Yeah,
ease.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, my fingers are just like.
I remember we should tell the story real quick, and then you can continue off of that. When I first brought my PS4 to my dad's house, we were playing GTA 5 because we talked about GTA 5 a lot, and he's like, "Your dad doesn't know this. I'll give you the controller," and you just like you're trying to learn there's so many buttons on a controller now.
Dude,
Like that's how
it's-
people are.
It's like you gave me like a scientific equation or something. I was just like, huh? I was like, what do you do with this? You know, where's
But controllers give you a lot more control than what they did back in the day. It's just like a button and just this.
My controllers from my generation, dude, it was a little square with 3 buttons on it. There was A and B.
Yes.
And then the forward, backward, side. That was it. That was a controller back in the day.
Yeah.
Now there's 55 buttons.
Yeah.
And then not only that, each button does like 10 things. So you got to be able to know that you got to press one button to hit.
Hope I don't forget.
Yeah, it's amazing what the controllers have now. But not only that, more amazing is the player, how he can control everything.
Yeah.
And know what everything is. But what is the game that you're playing right now?
So I did stream the game not too long ago. I was playing a Call of Duty Modern Warfare's mode that they added, and that's the game I'm actively playing. Because I think what we should say is that a lot of games are being delayed now, but it wasn't due to the coronavirus, because they were delayed before the coronavirus even came up in media, but they're delaying it because they want to work on it more and polish it and all that. So we're not getting really new games until near the end of the year. So right now, we're still getting new games, but they're not major indie games like that. But that's the game I'm playing mostly just because my friends enjoy playing it and I enjoy playing it with them. And I posted videos and stuff like that about it. So
dude, I see your videos. I love them, man. I love them. I watch them.
Manolo Fernandez in the comments is you know who it is.
That's I love watching them, and it's just amazing to me, man, how these games how they play out and what they're all about. And but these games are just so fast for me that I can't keep up. But I was just really curious, and I wanted to ask you what games you were playing right now.
Yeah.
Is there like 2 or 3 of them that you like to play on a consistent basis?
Yeah, I mean, they're both Call of Duty games.
Okay.
But they're both different types in what they are and how they play.
Okay.
But I mostly play those, and then other games that I would probably go back to is like other single player games like Assassin's Creed or Spider-Man or any one of those games maybe.
And are those some of the most popular ones right now?
Spider-Man is on PS4 exclusive. So yeah, I would say that's pretty popular. If people want to get into story and stuff like that on their own, then yeah. Assassin's Creed has been a yearly franchise for many years. The recent one is Odyssey, which you actually got me a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was the recent one, and they haven't made one in 2 years now. So those are popular. But I wouldn't say those are trending games because those games have been out on the market. Spider-Man came out in 2018. Same with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is the most recent one that came out. They're not the most trending games right now. Again, it's mainly the Battle Royale Fortnite basis. I feel like you mentioned Fortnite to me a long time ago.
Yeah, I did.
It's popping up everywhere. It's popping up on people's phones. It's popping up on media. Because this game is, according to what the internet says, now take internet with a grain of salt, by the way, that this game, I'm just saying, don't look on Wikipedia. Basically saying that Fortnite, they've made billions of dollars off of a free game, just because they sell costumes for characters.
Okay.
And you can buy that with real money. But apparently, from what I read, they make $3 million a day on that game.
What game?
Fortnite. It's a free game. They sell costumes. $3 million a day they make. Wow. Just because.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. That's how they get their money, and that's how they get the money, and they use that money to put production in the game and say,
well, of course,
we can make our game bigger.
Turn it around, yeah, for sure.
And it's free to play. People don't have to spend money on it. It's just download it, play it. If you want to buy costumes, you can. It's not mandatory. You could just play the game and enjoy it.
That's crazy, man.
And that's why many people, even influencers, I remember one YouTube influencer, he got Drake to play with him.
Really?
Rapper Drake, yeah, he got to play with Drake. I think Post Malone probably played one time. A lot of other celebrities have played Fortnite in their time to time.
Yeah, it became really famous. I mean, obviously you see it everywhere. It's announced everywhere.
Big community.
I was never. I shouldn't say I was never able to. I never really tried to play it, so I don't understand it that much. But I know it's very, very popular. But I'm definitely more into the games that you play. Those are more exciting.
It's mainly like the battle royale scenario where everybody fights for themselves with one life. And you have to get all the resources you can, all the weapons you can, and make sure that you're the last one standing.
Okay.
And if you are, you win. And that's why people like streamers and stuff watch it. Because like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna be able to survive? Is he gonna see that person in the window? You know,
I see.
so many different scenarios that people in the chat will be guessing, and then it could take off in the streaming like that. So that's why battle royales are getting so popular, and companies are spending millions upon hundreds of millions just to make a battle royale game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how it's kind of like, oh, hey, that thing's making money. We'll do it too. Same with movies. It's like, oh, that superhero movie's making money. Let me do something similar to that. That's how industries work anyway.
Yeah,
At least
definitely.
from what I see.
Definitely.
Or like iPhones. iPhones are popular, and then what? Samsung comes up. It's like, well, we're gonna beat that. We're gonna make a fold phone.
Dude, they're always in competition all the time.
Yeah.
Samsung and Apple are just like at each other's throats every single day.
Isn't that the one we saw at Best Buy? The little phone that can like turn into a square or something like that.
I don't even know what that is, dude. What is that? How do you work that? Why do you make phones so complicated? Just give me a phone that I could dial and look things up. I don't want to fold it. I don't want to fold it 4 times and make it look cool.
It's almost like a tablet.
Yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous. But listen, it's innovation. You know, things come out and
because cameras on phones
some
are becoming,
people follow it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm the generation where
flip phone.
No, dude. I my first phone I bought. Let me tell you the story. The first phone I ever bought was, I think I was still in high school. In 1997.
You have bad speaking metabolism, apparently.
The phone I bought, man, was square, tall, square, heavy. Yeah, it was like a brick, dude. I could have thrown it as a weapon. But
phones were that heavy back then.
All it had was, it was like a big block, and it had a little screen in the top, very top of the phone where it just shows you the phone number that you're dialing, and that's it. And you know what the worst part was? You had to buy minutes by little blocks. So I think I paid like $65 for 100 minutes. And when you were done with those 100 minutes, you were out, dude. You were out. So you could be stuck somewhere and
it's like, oh crap, I don't have any minutes.
You use your 100 minutes, you're out, dude. Good luck getting more. And you had to go to a store to pay for some more. Dude,
and they ain't cheap either.
It wasn't cheap. $60 for 100 minutes. Dude, it was crazy. And but obviously, you know, everything evolved and it's cool now. But yeah, the phones now, they have everything, dude. Everything. I mean, everything's on there, including gaming. You know, yeah. I mean, people are driving cars now with their damn phone,
unlocking cars with their phone or whatever.
It's like my car's too far for me. Come to me. It's like, dude, okay, can you not walk to your car?
Especially when the car is like not even that far away. It's like across the street.
Dude, it's so funny. I saw this commercial yesterday, man. It was amazing. It was so funny to me. There's a car that's they're advertising what they're doing here in this commercial. They're advertising how, you know, you could operate your car now from your phone. Yeah. This car is in between. It's in a parking spot, but the cars side to side of it, they're really close to it.
Yeah.
The guy's all, I can never get in there. Come to me, car. And the car comes forward. I'm like, dude, come on. Can't you go through the sunroof?
You're making us look like we need a new car, but I'm happy with my
Can't you go to the sunroof? Take your sunroof off and jump in. It's just
that's funny. How we used to do it back in the day. If our car was stuck, we'd break a window to get in the
car. I'd break the front window to get in.
For the front windshield?
Yeah, break the front windshield. Who cares?
Oh my god!
But it was
Think
hilarious.
About paying the money for that.
It was hilarious, man. And but that's
smart keys. Yeah,
dude, that's what's happening now. And
my mom doesn't even use a key for her car. Oh, she has one, but it's like you don't ignite it or anything. You just press a button or
yeah. It's just innovation now, man. It's crazy, and you know, a lot of it's there to help, but a lot of it's there
to make you look like a lazy ass.
Yeah, that lazy ass, and it's there to sell you nothing. You know, something that you absolutely don't need, dude. Okay, you absolutely don't need. It's like you go to dealerships now. It's like, yeah. So this button, when you press this button, it does this on the car, and I'm like,
gives you gas.
Yeah, it tells you how far you are from a gas station. or whatever it may be, and it's just they just sell you stuff.
Or it's like when you, or what if it's useless? Like when you get in a car, it's like, oh, I noticed you're low on gas. Let me take you to the nearest gas station. It automatically drives you. I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna be scared out of my mind because I can't even drive my own car. It's gonna be controlled by AI people.
And they just try to sell you the dumbest things. It's like, yeah, this car now has 4 cup holders up front. Okay, I want 4 drinks while I'm driving. I'm not even gonna be able to drive with 4 drinks. I don't need extra cup holders. It's just so many things, man. But yeah, everything's being operated by the phone now, and
because phones have a lot of power.
I mean, listen, it's making life easier. That's for sure. However, people are, there's always gonna be the debate of, oh, phones are, they're causing this and they're causing that.
Yeah.
And you should get off your phone, dude. The new
but
generation.
But you have to think about the people who are probably saying that probably do similar things as everyday people.
Yeah, but the truth of it is that you can't do anything without your phone. Please tell me if that's true.
You can't look up the internet.
Dude, you step out of your house and
without a phone.
If you don't have your phone,
you're screwed.
Dude, it's like you forgot to put your shoes on. It's like, yeah. I was like, no shoes.
It's like you lock your keys in your car.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to have your phone. It's good for everything. And I understand that it's like some people say, it's messing up society because we're always on our phone and people are killing themselves walking into traffic.
Gets news faster though. Like people get their news.
Everything is on there. Everything is on there. Everything is on there. I need to buy this. Boom, it's on there. I need to make a call. Boom, I need to contact this person by text. Boom. I need to get online. Boom. I need to order Pampers for the baby. Boom. It's just like everything is on there, and we're not gonna go. We're not gonna
leave.
Yeah, we're not gonna get away from that.
Even
so
apps, so just delivery services where they can get somebody deliver your groceries. You don't even have to leave the house. It's like, why go grocery shopping? I'll just do that.
Dude,
remember when we were here and we delivered Wendy's to our house from DoorDash?
Yeah, dude, how cool is that?
Yeah, it is cool.
Wendy's.
But you have to think about the cost. It's not cheap to do that. It's like because $8 meals.
What was it for 2 meals? It was like $150 or something.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
No,
I remember getting.
It's expensive though.
No, but I remember getting like Uber or something like that because I was like, I don't feel like going. And I didn't have much gas in my car anyway, so I didn't even feel like driving. Plus, it was cold out. I was like, oh god, I ain't going out in like 40-degree weather. But it was like a burger place. It wasn't McDonald's. It was like a burger place like that was kind of a couple minutes away.
Yeah.
And the meal was like, I don't know, like $6 or $8. And they're like, okay, with all that, let's see here. You're paying us $28 for that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude, is that crazy or what?
I'm not tipping you nothing.
Yeah.
I'm already paying too much.
Dude, is that crazy? The meal is like $6.50, like you said, like $7 for the meal. And then you pay $3.99 service charge, $2.99 delivery charge, $2.99 tax. I'm like, dude, I'm paying $10 for you to bring me the damn food. Jesus.
But it's our drivers. It's like, no, I get you worry about your drivers, but
dude, but people do it, and I'm included.
Because it's so convenient,
man. It's so convenient. It's so convenient.
I don't know about the grocery thing though. Like, why would you send somebody?
The grocery thing, I'm still a little weirded out about. Because
when I first looked at that, I was like, God, people are getting more and more lazy. They don't even want to leave their house.
Well, dude, that's the way it's going. Especially like times like right now, where it's basically a lockdown situation. Like there's no.
I wouldn't blame you for getting delivery at that point.
Of course. Like right now, they're saying that they said yesterday, Garcetti, the mayor for Los Angeles, went on the radio yesterday or had a news conference yesterday and said we're 12 o'clock tonight. This was last night. We're shutting down gyms, bars, restaurants, venues with big gatherings, whatever. Everything's being shut down. That's huge, man. That is huge. That is something that people get very scared about, and that was happening, and it's happening right now. I went to Starbucks this morning to get a coffee. It was so weird, dude. It was so weird. The Starbucks I always go to right here near the house to get a coffee, I walk in and there's no tables, there's no chairs on the floor. They literally took all the tables and chairs out. And
because you don't want to be in there with a group of people.
Well, yeah, that's what they're going for. They don't want people to gather there, but no tables and chairs. It was really weird, dude. And there's like 3 people waiting for coffee there.
Yeah.
And then I go up to the cashier and I order my coffee, and he's just like looking at me, and the girl behind him is like, oh, I'm gonna get your coffee. He's not allowed to leave the machine. He can't touch your coffee. He can't do anything about your coffee. I was like, oh, okay. I was
She
like,
said all that?
Yeah, she said all that. I was like, oh, well, thank you for letting me know. Is there a pamphlet I should read before I come in here of what I can and can't say and do? But I guess what they're doing now, which is cool, is the cashier will charge you. And I don't know if you're familiar with Starbucks, but when you go in there, the cashier that charges you usually serves you your cup of coffee.
Drink,
if you're just getting a regular drink, regular coffee. If you're doing a special custom drink, they push it to the side over here. Yeah. But no, the cashier was staying put. The cashier can only charge you now. And there's a different person behind that cashier that is going to get your coffee. So I think that,
But, like we said before, it seems kind of weird, but it's the health and safety of employees. It's the top priority.
Yeah, it's
I got emails from restaurants because I have their apps or whatever. Just so if I order it and then I could just go over and get it. And they sent emails to me just saying our top priority is to keep, customers and employees and stuff. So even though it may look like we're over cleaning, which I don't know if that's a term, that probably isn't, because cleaning is always good no matter what. Just cleaning everything, cleaning your shoes,
being clean. Yeah.
Being clean, yes.
Exactly.
Take showers, brush your teeth, do whatever. Keep your hygiene up. But yeah, they have to, companies are just saying, like, we don't want customers to go in and, get what they need. Like if they need a coffee, we'll give them that, but we have to take measures.
Yeah.
Because you don't know this person that you're going to. It's every day it's a different person.
It's true. It's true, man. It's true.
Like, hey Tom. Oh, it's not Tom. It's Ron. Oh, hey Ron. Oh, it's Dave. It's Dave. It's like they're different people every day.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the same person every time you go there. As a matter of fact, I don't think you would go to a restaurant every single day, which is
very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I would just say, like, they're doing their utmost. It sounds kind of a bit of a panic thing, but again, I don't think panic is the right thing to go about the situation. I just think just be calm about it. Do what you can. Stay home as much as you can. Try not to go to any like big events or anything like that. I don't even think you can because most of them were canceled anyway. Wash hands consistently. Use hand sanitizer. Use whatever wipes you have in your house, because I guarantee you, if you go to a store, they're not going to have anything. They're like,
dude, it was crazy.
We're out of it because some dude filled a whole trunk full of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Which I get. They act like this is the apocalypse.
Dude.
Like, it's like, oh, crap, the apocalypse is coming. We need to get all the toilet paper, because there's just always that feeling. If we run out of toilet paper while you're in the bathroom taking a poop, then it's over. You lost. You're going to have to use a towel.
Dude, it's crazy. I went to CVS yesterday, and I specifically went to CVS.
Yes.
To get a can of powdered cheese, dude.
Powdered cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know why? I
Doesn't
didn't want to go to the supermarket because I knew what it was going to be like. But I went to CVS and I was like, I'm going to get in there, buy a can of powdered cheese if I could find it, and go home. Dude, I walk into CVS, and believe it or not, I turn my eye to the aisle that has it.
Yeah. The
aisle's completely empty, dude. Empty.
Nothing.
And you won't believe it that there's one can of cheese, one kind of powdered cheese, kind of doing like a little spin, like 100 people just went through there 100 miles an hour,
like a movie.
And it's the last one just spinning there. I was like, oh my god! And I grabbed it, but dude, everything was empty. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I thought the supermarket would be bad, but this is like
no, it's crazy. It's dying down a little bit, but people are in panic, but they shouldn't be. We'll get through this,
if you guys don't know, I work at Target and stuff like that. I work in the tech thing, and I usually see people walk by in the stores and stuff. Nobody was really crazy about that. I didn't really see anybody getting really any cleaning supplies. Like they said, they're sold out, but there's not many people going like, gotta get something.
Yeah.
Like it was all calm there, pretty much like an average day is. So I think that's just for my store. I'm pretty sure other Target stores would say, what are you talking about? We got like people getting with knives or threatening because they cut in line. It's like, oh my God, if you cut in line and there's crap going on there, you're going to get the boot.
Yeah, dude, there was a guy yesterday that got stabbed with a wine bottle in Sam's Club or something like that because they were just fighting over some product or whatever. It's crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
If it's over toilet paper,
dude.
I
wash
really
your tissue in the shower, right? It's all right. We'll be all right.
I feel like if you have that much, don't you think that you would just give it away? Why would you need that much toilet paper? You act like you're never going to leave your house. You act like the door right there is just nailed down to the wall. Like it's like zombies are coming in or something. They're not zombies.
Yeah.
Guys, this is, yes, I understand this is serious. I get that.
No, of course.
But don't take it where you can never leave your house. Like, you can go. I'm not. Hey, if you go outside somewhere,
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
I
be
went
fine.
outside, went in my car, and came to see you.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll be absolutely fine.
Yes, exactly. If you're with the people you love and you're with family all the time, I guarantee you, everything will be fine.
Absolutely fine.
Just remember, just keep your hygiene up. That's the most important thing.
Yes, definitely.
Keep everything clean.
Wash your
everything
hands.
else. Use whatever Clorox wipes you have.
Wash
I guarantee
your
you
hands.
won't find
Very
any.
important.
And try to make stuff at home. I mean, this is when your cooking skills could come into play, actually.
I have none, dude. I have none. No, but
it's never too late to learn.
Exactly. So, in closing,
yes,
Little Game Boy 5.
Yes, sir.
I just like to say this was a phenomenal experience.
Yep.
The Gamer and the Dad podcast 001, the first one. Dude, you're the best. I love you, man. And thank you for allowing me to be on here. And hopefully, the people that love watching
we'll always
you,
get new stuff to talk
watching
about.
you.
Yeah.
I hope they continue to support, and please support my son. He's awesome. What I like to say about Cameron too is he's a great example of, this is a kid that, again, since 5 years old, he's been playing games, and he loves playing them every single day, but yet he's been very, very responsible with everything he does. He's always done great in school. He's done great at home. He's a great example. I mean, he's going to school right now, working. He's very independent. That's why I've always backed him 110% with whatever he wanted to do, because he's shown me responsibility. He's shown me that he's dedicated to what he's doing, but yet he's always taken the time to be very kind, very respectful, humble person, which I can't even begin to even talk about, because there's just so much. But I love you, dude, very much, and I'm really proud of you. And again, I'm extremely happy to be here with you, and I'm glad we're doing this. And I hope everybody supports
For sure.
Little Game Boy 5, Cameron,
sure. We'll get
110%.
Get some sponsors out here.
Yeah, somebody throw us a bone, even if it's a small bone. It could be like the little one that's on the wing of the chicken.
If you're a starting company, then we'll get your name out there.
For sure. And
I feel like we're just panning the dead horse right now. Give us a sponsorship.
No, listen. If this is something, it'll come on its own. Mm-hmm. But I think for right now, I'm just excited to do this with you.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. Again, I love you to death, and I am here for you. And it's great to do this, to talk and just, and let people know what's out there. So again, everybody that joined and continues to join, thank you so much. Subscribe, do everything, and not even because of me. I don't matter. My son matters, and he deserves it.
He's in the title.
He deserves it. He's such a great person, and he deserves it 110%. So,
yeah.
All right.
And also, guys, I do want to say, while we're on here anyway, that if you're starting out on YouTube, it took me about a couple of years to get to where I am today, to make stuff like this, to make videos for thousands of people. I know it may seem slow. It may seem like I'm not going to get anywhere in like this year. Like, look at how many people there are.
Yeah.
Like, hell, I didn't think I was going to do it, because like there's people like tens of millions of subscribers and subscribers there. I was like, how are you going to catch people's attention? It was just like, if I do what I like to enjoy, which I'm pretty sure it'll be said around everybody who makes stuff, just do what you like. If you like it and you post it and it gets an audience, then keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Keep doing it.
I agree.
Slowly and surely you will grow. I guarantee you, those people who are at the millions, they didn't get it by one video. They make, like, I read the millions of subscribers have made 1,000 videos over their YouTube career. And they've grown over time. They started with nothing, and then they just got to where they are.
Right.
It took me a long time to get to 1,000. It does. I've heard from people. It does. It takes you a while to get to the next 1,000. Because you want to get people's attention, reason why to subscribe and all that. So it's never too late. I think we mentioned that before.
Absolutely not.
Never too late. Hey, if you want to start a podcast, do it right from your phone. There's podcast apps. There are many ways you start a podcast than what there was before.
Yeah.
You don't need a. We're not in a studio. We're in a house, for God's sakes.
Yeah. So
we have a tiny mic on a table.
Yeah.
And we got paper. Like we're actual professionals.
I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I love
but
it.
keep in mind you don't need expensive stuff to start YouTube. You can make it right from your phone. Like make it like a stupid fail video.
Yeah.
And then, hey, there's also YouTubers that actually accept content. Like you could submit your content to somewhere. Like Fail Army, for example, gets content from everybody.
Yeah.
And they have millions of subscribers. And it's like, we'll shout you out because this is your content that we're posting on our channel.
Right.
It'll get monetized.
Right.
But we'll make sure you get the credit for this.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, just keep in mind there's YouTubers and also collab. If you make friends on YouTube, make videos with them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've done that with a couple people
Absolutely.
actually. So I'm glad that everybody tuned into the podcast. Hopefully get more over time. Hopefully your production gets bigger, but
Yeah.
that remains to be seen.
No, listen, we're just going to continue doing what we do, man, you know, and
I'm excited for new topics that we can really dive into and things like that. Because these are just starting topics. These are at least what we can get for now, I would say. Just like, you know, what was been going on, at least what I've been keeping up with. Because we could have gone on coronavirus hitting Italy or something like that. But then again, news media hits on that.
Yeah, there's just so much of it out there already.
And it seems like it's so big that everybody would talk about it that it's nice to mention it because you can't really avoid it. But also, if news medias and even the presidents and stuff are talking about this, everybody's aware of this.
Yeah.
So it's not really just like, oh, we got to go over this again. I already get it, man. I already know what the coronavirus is. You don't got to tell me it 10 billion times.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why we
didn't hit on it too much. Yeah.
But and also, it's also important to give safety to people who probably aren't aware of this. For also, if kids are watching, which they probably are, because we haven't really said anything bad or anything, but listen to your parents. If they tell you not to touch stuff, don't, please. Yep. I want everybody to stay safe from this. Yep. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want anybody to get sick. Nobody, even if you're not part of like my family or whatever. Hey, I don't want my family to get sick, but I just don't want anybody else getting sick at all. I don't want them to have bad stuff happen to them. No way. If you're just doing your thing and you just get sick, stay home. Just take medicine, drink water, do what you can.
Stay home and play games.
Play games, dude. Gaming industry is booming.
How about them apples?
Gaming industry is booming right now because people are buying games on their consoles because they're staying home. It's like I see so many things on the internet just about like the coronavirus is attacking so many people, and like the gamers are just like, well, I guess I'm built what I'm made to do is just sit home and play games. Oh, there's one more thing.
Yeah,
I know this is going on for a long time, but there's one picture I saw where in Disney World, the one in Florida, there was like 200 people in that one thing, like a crowd.
Were they being quarantined or what?
No, I don't even know. It didn't say. It was just like, look at all these people in Disney World.
They were probably being quarantined. They were inside the park.
Yeah, where the castle was and everything.
Maybe they were being quarantined or.
At first, I thought it was like a fireworks show.
There, huh?
At first, I thought it was like a fireworks show or something, but it wasn't.
It could have been. That was at night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they were being quarantined for a minute because everything was going on at that time. But
a lot of people too.
Listen, there's so much stuff going on. Obviously, everybody, you know, they could tap into their phones and read all the news that's going on. But
read articles about stuff, research it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in closing, everybody, thanks again for supporting. Thanks again for watching, and
if you're late to the podcast or you didn't watch it while it's live, this will be on my channel, so you can rewatch it and listen to all the topics. You can probably listen to it while you're just on the beach because I know people like to listen to podcasts.
Yes.
Keep in mind that this podcast will only be on YouTube. I know people say this podcast is going on iTunes, Spotify. I haven't signed contracts yet, by the way. I don't even think I'd be professional to do that. But I think we could try to get our podcast and stuff onto iTunes.
It'll be on his page.
Takes time.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
It'll be on his page. So if you didn't see it live, it's okay. Watch it on his support. We love the support. Thank you so much. If you get an interesting
one, just listen to us babble.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. And remember, be safe wherever you go. All right?
Wash hands. 23 seconds, right?
25. Let's
25.
It's 20, but let's do 25.
I know people are saying 20 minimum, but I would say 25 is a good, decent amount. Just Use soap. Use whatever you can to wash them hands. Trust me. Hand sanitizer. If your work has it, spray it. It reminds me of that scene from The Hack. Remember that? Fired! And then he's just like, he's like,
Yeah.
So it's like,
Fired.
that is the generation we're at now,
Yes,
kids.
yes.
All right, but guys, have a great Monday. Have a great week. Stay safe out there, and just be yourself.
Thank you again,
Mhm.
son. I love you to death. Everybody, be safe and be humble. Peace.
Have a good day.